Good morning, guys. We're out here at this pilot out here in Biloxi, Mississippi, and getting ready to get on the road. Nice looking Mac right there. Good looking, what's that, an old International, looks like? Probably an International. No badge. Pretty neat grill. Pretty neat, guys. Alright, pitter patter, let's get at her. Good morning, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. We're coming down here. We're on I-10 coming into Louisiana. We just rolled over the scale. Just wanted to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. If you are at home, then my extreme jealousy is to you. Please have a slice of turkey or a slice of ham and some extra potatoes for me. I'd appreciate it. Unfortunately, guys, we just didn't make it in time. I just don't have the hours to get all the way home. But it's okay. It's not the worst thing. You know, my family's happy. My family's healthy. Everybody's okay. So, you know, we get there when we get there. You know, as long as we get there. So at the end of the day, guys, that's going to be a huge, you know, part of trucking is you can't always make it home, and just being able to have that understanding and have that level of communication with your wife, with your husband, with your kids, with your family. Just letting them know that you're going to be a little late, but you're still going to be there. So that's a huge part of it, guys. And you know, it stinks sometimes, and sometimes it's, you know, sometimes it's my fault. You know, sometimes I didn't plan properly, or sometimes I forget, or sometimes you just don't wake up at that alarm. You know, sometimes you just sleep in a couple extra hours because you have the trust of your blankets. So. Pardon me. But yeah, guys, so I mean, if you are, you know, out here considering to be a truck driver, just know that, you know, there are going to be some times that you can't make it home, and that's okay. You know, it's not the end of the world, but, you know, either you plan on being home early and losing however much money, you know, that you sit there and wait for the holiday to be over, or you get there a little late and you still make some money getting home, and you just spend a little bit, you know, a couple extra days at home, and then you pick up and go after. So that's going to be a huge part of it, guys. You know, being out here, being a truck driver. I wish I could be home. I wish I could, you know, put the foot to the floor and go 100 miles an hour the whole way down, but my fuel mileage would be killed, and I don't think the Department of Transportation would appreciate that too much. So it's okay. It's you know, you got to make the best of a bad situation. There's a pilot that I'm going to that's nearby a friend's house. I've already called them. They've already got a table place setting for me, so I'll get to see some friends that I haven't seen in a while. But I'd much rather spend it with my family, and I'm not trying to be a burden to my friend and his family. But I mean, that's just how it is, guys. You know, you just gotta find friends, find family all over the country, and hope that you can see them when you can. So just wanted to dabble in a quick topic today, guys. New owner-operators, or guys that are considering to be owner-operators. What kind of truck do you want? You know, do you want to buy new? Do you want to buy used? Do you want to lease? Do you want to buy outright? Do you want a big long-nosed Pete that can haul anything anywhere? Or do you want a, you know, a Cascadia P4 or a Volvo? So I mean, it's, you know, a lot of choices out there, guys, but you got to make sure that the truck is built for what you want to do. If you're going to be out here heavy hauling, I would recommend a Peterbilt or a W9 Kenworth, just because they have the axles, they have the strength in the frame. And not saying that Freightliner or Volvo or International can't do it. It's just there's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of weight to put behind on these chassis and these axles. And like I said, I'm not saying that they can't do it, because I do see guys out here doing it, but I just think you'd be better off with a truck that most everybody else is doing it with. So I mean, like you see a lot of these drive-in guys, they all have what we call, you know, curb sniffers. You know, the hood is angled down, they're more aerodynamic, and it's because you're trying to save fuel. You That's your biggest expense out here being a new owner operator is fuel and tires. So I mean, that's going to be your two biggest things. So if you are out here, thinking about doing it, make sure you're building the truck for or buying the truck that you need, not the truck that you want. And like a good friend of mine told me years ago, pick the ugly duckling. Never buy the prettiest truck on the lot, because they know what that truck is worth. They know what they can get for it, and they're not going to let it go for any cheaper. Go out there and get the truck that no one else wanted and run it in the ground, and because it's going to give you two life lessons. One, you saved money, because if you go buy a brand new Peterbilt, brand new Cascadia, brand new whatever, you're going to have to treat it easy your first 5,000 to 10,000 miles. Otherwise, you're going to either hurt the motor, hurt the turbo, hurt the frame. You're going to hurt something on that truck if you go and just start hauling, 80,000 pounds, 160,000 pounds, because those motors haven't broken in yet. And everything has a break-in period, whether it's a 4-wheeler, an 18-wheeler. I mean, it's everything has that little bit of time that you need to ease it into what it needs to learn how to do. And some guys don't get that, and it's a shame, but I mean, they'll learn the hard way, when something breaks. So a huge part of that, guys, is going to be, deciding what you're going to haul and where you're going to haul. So I mean, if you're going to be, down here on I-10 going from El Paso to Florida and back, I mean, I wouldn't imagine that you would need a bunk heater, so you don't need to worry about getting a truck that has one of those. But during the summer, it's going to get hot, so I'd make sure you had a tri-pack, or at least a truck that has a good air conditioner, because it's going to get hot. So there's so many different variations, guys, and I mean, we could go 20-30 minutes into it. I'm trying not to, because I'm trying to let you guys get back to your families, because I don't want to keep you here very long. But some of these guys out here that have W9s, they've been in the game a long time. The W9 guys and the 379s, Peterbilts, they've been in the game a long time. But ask them what their fuel mileage is, and ask someone that has a Volvo or a Cascadia. I mean, for me, I average anywhere between 8.5 to 9.5, depending on how heavy I am. But some of those Peterbilt guys are getting 6, 7, 7.5 maybe, 8 if they don't run the truck at night. And so that's the other thing too, guys, is fuel is a huge expense, especially because you can never plan on how much it's going to cost, because the prices vary. They go up and down all the time. So a huge part of that is going to be, how can I save the most fuel? Do I turn the truck off at night? Do I get an APU? Do I idle? Do I get an opti idle? So these are the kinds of things that you need to ask yourself and look into, because I mean, there's huge savings that come along with an APU, but there's also it could also set you back a couple $1,000s just to get it hooked up if your truck doesn't have it already. So that's why if you buy something, guys, make sure you buy what you want and what you need, but make sure you also take into account that it's not going to be the prettiest thing out there, your first truck, and that's okay. As long as you pay it off, you can turn around and trade that truck back in, because I guarantee you it's probably still worth at least $20,000-$30,000. And once you get your own customers, once you get your normal route, and the shippers and consignees know you, then I mean, it's easy money. I mean, it's easy money after that. But you got to put in your time, you got to put in your efforts, and you got to be on time. And having a truck that's brand new, that you have a $2,000, an $1,800 a month or $2,500 a month truck payment, that's rough. I mean, that's tough money. So it just depends, guys. You just got to make sure you're out here running, you're out here working. But you got to make sure you got to make that truck work for you, and not you work for the truck. So it is what it is, guys. But just wanted to close this off, guys. I want you guys to get back to your families. I love you. I'm happy for you guys if you made it home. If you didn't make it home, hey, I'm right there with you guys. Make it home as soon as you can. Go see your families. And I guess technically everything will be leftover, so you can have a leftover turkey sandwich for your Thanksgiving dinner. So it is what it is, guys. It happens. You know, you can't be mad at this. You can't be mad at it. It happens. So with that, guys, hope you all have a good day. Have an extra slice of pumpkin pie for me, and keep me in your thoughts. And thank you guys for liking and subscribing and commenting. I do my best to respond to all of you guys as quick as I can. So with that, guys, be safe, and we'll see you back when you get back out here on the road. God bless.